Hello, and welcome to my channel, where I mostly share my love of fragrance and enjoying my collection. In this video, I will be sharing my 2022 Victoria's Secret perfume collection, including the Bombshell, Tease, and Heavenly ranges, as well as some older scents and many limited edition fragrances that I have in my collection. Thank you so much for stopping by, and let's go ahead and get started. So I currently have over 50 Victoria's Secret perfumes in my collection, and I wanted to take a 2022 inventory of them. I've already done videos on my Victoria's Secret perfume fragrance mists, as well as my body care mists, so if you're interested, you could check out those videos to see those collections. Right now I'm storing my perfumes on the bookshelf that you see here, and my VS perfumes are taking up one full shelf and have gradually spread to take up half of the shelf below as well. And I also have some of the more special edition perfumes that usually come out around the holidays, and I keep those in their boxes on a separate display shelf. In front of those, for reference, are the Sephora Disney perfumes that they had a while back. So let's go ahead and get into the fragrances. So I'm going to show you each of the perfumes and give you an overview of the fragrance notes, but I'm not going to do any actual reviews of them because this video would be way too long, but I did want to just give you an opportunity to see the bottles and learn about the notes for each scent. And the first one that I have here is Forever Sexy, and this has notes of belladonna orange, gardenia petals, and golden amber. And I also just wanted to show you the back of this bottle because I think it's so adorable. It has a little corset on, so I thought that that was a really cute presentation. And unfortunately, I do believe this scent has been discontinued. And next up is Oh So Sexy, and this one has notes of apple, whipped cream, and bergamot, and it's a really nice, sweet, fruity apple scent, and the bottle's really cute, and it has a really nice, actually hard plastic bow, so it's not a ribbon, and unfortunately this one also is discontinued, but I do still see it around on some resale sites. Then there's Oh So Party, and this was a limited edition scent, and this one has notes of radiant red pear, sugared lime, and vibrant poppy, and also has a similar bottle to Oh So Sexy with the hard plastic bow. And next is Seduction Dark Orchid, and this has notes of midnight orchid, crushed plum, and oud wood, and the packaging is a little bit different than any of the other VS scents in my collection. And then another one with some different packaging is Fearless, and this has notes of blackcurrant, orris root, and purple diamond iris, and is a kind of an interesting diamond-shaped bottle. And then I have Love Star, which was a limited edition flanker of Love, and this has notes of apple, white lily, and rum, and was a nice fruity floral with just a hint of a boozy note. And one of the older scents in my collection is Very Sexy Touch, and this has notes of Italian iris, apricot zest, and warm amber wood. And another older scent is Dream Angel's Kiss. They had several different scents in the Dream Angels line, and this one has notes of pink petals, crisp mint leaf, and osmanthus blossom, but I don't really smell the mint because I don't like that in my fragrances, so I do think that this is really nice. And next I have Rapture, and unfortunately I have the newer edition that comes in the plain packaging. I missed the earlier edition in the cute heart bottle, and this has notes of Bulgarian rose, amber, and musk, and this is a very strong, very deep, warm, ambery rose scent. And next is Rose Caramel, and this came from a collection that VS put out with like 4 different rose scents. It was a really beautiful collection, and this one has notes of caramel, rose, and jasmine, and it is just sweet, delicious caramel with a nice heavy rose note. It's really beautiful. And VS also put out a similar collection featuring coconut scents, and from that collection I picked up Warm Coconut Sugar, and this has notes of basically coconut and sugar, and it's a really sweet, obviously very heavily coconut and a vanilla scent. And next is Wicked, and this is probably my favorite Victoria's Secret scent of all time. And this one has notes of freesia, brown sugar, and Tahitian vanilla, and it's a very super sweet, powdery vanilla scent with a hint of floral, and I just think that this one is such a delicious gourmand. It's really beautiful, and I absolutely love it. I really don't know why VS discontinued this one, and I really wish that they would bring it back. And in similar packaging, I have Crush, and this is actually a repackage of the Crush fragrance. It used to come in a bottle with an atomizer, and I didn't like that one, so I waited until they changed the packaging before I picked it up. And this one has notes of peony, pink pepper, and Ashoka flower, and it's a very, lipsticky, sweet floral scent. And then I have EXO Victoria, and this is the original packaging. They've recently brought it back for semi-annual sale in kind of plainer packaging, but I'm glad I have the original bottle. And this has notes of Victoria Rose, Lady Apple, and English Ivy. And I did just want to show you the back of the bottle as well. It does have another one of those hard plastic bows that kind of wraps around. And then moving into some of the Bombshell fragrances, the first one is Bombshell Summer, and this is the 2017 version. And this has notes of grapefruit, blackcurrant, and lily of the valley. And if you're interested in any of these summer bombshells, I'd encourage you to watch my video about Bombshell Sundrenched, which kind of goes over all of the scents in the recent years. And then next up is Bombshell Paradise, and this is the 2019 version, and this has notes of sparkling grapefruit, lily of the valley, and blackcurrant, and is essentially the same scent as Bombshell Summer. And then I have Bombshell Paradise again, and this is the 2020 version, and it's essentially the same scent as 2019, but they did go ahead and change the bottle from that more striped packaging to this pretty ombre bottle. And this has notes of grapefruit, blackcurrant, and lily of the valley. And then last year in 2021, Victoria's Secret released Bombshell Beach as the summer scent, but once again, it was the same fragrance as Bombshell Summer and Bombshell Paradise, just in a different bottle. And this again had notes of sparkling grapefruit, lily of the valley, and blackcurrant. And then I have the flagship Bombshell fragrance, which I believe most people are probably familiar with right now. I believe it's VS's #1 selling perfume. And this has notes of purple passion fruit, Shangri-La peony, and vanilla orchid. And it was actually one of the last Bombshell scents I picked up, but I thought I should go ahead and have the original so I could compare it to all of the flankers that I was trying. And then I have Bombshell Pink Diamonds, and this was a limited edition scent, and it has notes of pink grapefruit and passion flower. And this has a really unique Bombshell bottle. It kind of looks like a gem, and it has a hard metal bow with a lot of pink jewels on it. So I'll show you a little view of the side so you can see the detail on the bow. And one of the more recent flankers was Bombshell Gold, and this has notes of frozen lychee, gilded peony, and sugared woods. And this is a really pretty, subtly sweet, vanilla woody scent. And this one was really pretty, and I went ahead and picked up a backup because I loved it so much. And the 2022 Bombshell Summer Edition just came out, and it is Bombshell Sundrenched. And I did do a full review video on this, as well as some comparisons to the previous summer editions, if you're interested in checking that out. But this one has notes of sunset coral peony, guava blossom, and warm sands. And I'm really liking this one. It's a really pretty, sweet guava scent. It's very beachy and perfect for summer. And then I have Bombshell Intense, and this has lush cherry, red peony, and sultry vanilla. And being someone who loves cherry fragrances, I expected this to be my favorite Bombshell scent, and it actually is not. I think it's okay, but it's not one of my more preferred cherry fragrances. And then the scent that actually got me into the Bombshell line at VS is Bombshells in Bloom. And this has notes of pink freesia, red apple, and water lily. And this is the original packaging here. They've since released it in more plain packaging, but I think this original bottle is so beautiful. It has a nice like acrylic plastic flower and, pretty pink stripes. And this presentation was just gorgeous back when VS did more elaborate packaging. And then I have Bombshell Wildflower, and this has notes of desert wildflower, star lotus, and neon rose, and this was also a limited edition scent. And last in this group of bombshells is Bombshell Seduction, and this one is in the original Bombshell packaging, so it looks a little different than the bottles they have now. And this one has notes of sage, tuberose, and velvet musk, and it's a very different fragrance. It's a little bit more herbal, a little more floral, and not as, sugary, sweet, or fruity as some of the other bombshells. Then I have Angel Gold, and this has notes of sparkling bergamot, lush gardenia, and musk. And this was back when VS was doing these really cute bottles for the Angel fragrance line. And I'll go ahead and show you the back of it as well, because it does have, the signature angel wings on there. And this came in a few different editions, and I have another one that I will show you next. And this one is Dark Angel, and this has notes of almond blossom, mango, and caramel, and a very different scent from the last one, but the bottle is very similar, just had darker packaging, but it also, again, had the signature angel wings on the back. This also had the standard angel, which came in a pink bottle, which unfortunately I did not pick up. Then after that last style packaging, they changed the Angel line packaging to what is featured here. And this was a limited edition scent called Beach Angel. And this had notes of Sea Spray Accord, Lily, and Island Woods. But again, it did have the signature angel wings on the back. The bottle was just a little taller and shaped a little bit differently. Then moving into the Tease line, the first one I have here is Tease Creme Cloud, and this has notes of vanilla meringue, santal flower, and sheer amber. And I did recently do a video on the entire Tease range, so if you're looking for more detailed reviews on those fragrances, I'd encourage you to check that out. And this is the new packaging that they have for the Tease line, so it's a little bit different than the kind of wider bottles that they had before. And Tease Creme Cloud is definitely my favorite Tease scent at the moment. And the other newer Tease fragrance is Tease Candy Noir, and this has notes of raspberry glaze, night blooming iris, and warm tonka. And this is a nice fruity floral scent, but I do think that Tease Creme Cloud has an edge over this one. It's just so beautifully sweet and woody, and I really love that one. But this one is nice also. And it's definitely not as sweet as the name would imply, so if you're looking for, like a really sugary candy scent, this is not it. And then I have the flagship Tease fragrance, although this was reformulated in recent years. And my bottle is a collector's edition bottle that they had for Valentine's Day 2022. But this scent is normally available in the permanent line. And this has notes of white gardenia, Anjou pear, and black vanilla. And then moving into the older style of Tease packaging, this is Tease Dreamer, and this was a limited edition scent that has notes of bronzed coconut, ocean salt, and California sun, and as you would expect, a kind of nice beachy scent. Then there was Tease Rebel, and this has notes of violet leaf, wild rose, and white leather, and it's a really pretty soft, powdery violet scent, and the leather is not overwhelming at all, and these scents are also detailed in my recent Tease review. And then there's Tease Heartbreaker, and this has notes of electric starfruit, purple lotus, tonka bean, and whipped cream, a nice, sweet, creamy, fruity scent. Then there's Tease Glam, and this has notes of juniper berries, fuchsia peony, and fresh meringue, and also in that older style packaging with the cute little netted bow. And the whole older Tease line kind of had the fishnet design on the bottles, but they don't do that on the newer style. And wrapping up the Tease line is Tease Flower, and this has notes of sugar orchid, springtime tulips, and whipped vanilla cream, and this is a heavily floral scent, and I do think the bottle's cute with the kind of raised ceramic flowers, but I don't usually like bottles that have those old style atomizers on them, so wasn't really happy with that. And then this is an older scent that VS actually brought back in a semi-annual sale a few years ago, and this is Supermodel, and this has notes of sparkling berry, seductive peach blossom, and creamy sandalwood. And next up is Love Me More, and this is probably my other favorite VS scent along with Wicked, and this has notes of grapefruit, cannelle, which is a French pastry, and amber, and this is a really sweet gourmand scent, really warm, and has a little hint of fruitiness, but mostly it's just sweet vanilla, and I really love this one. I don't love that it has an atomizer for the spray bottle, but I have to put up with it because I love the scent. And then we have one of the scents that's currently available in the permanent line, and this is Dream Angel, and this is the 2019 version. And this has notes of amber crystals, pure jasmine, and rainbow glow. And this is a really kind of sweet, fruity floral scent, and it's also got a very powdery, woody quality to it as well. And also in that same packaging is Heavenly, and this was also reformulated in 2019. And this has notes of white florals with gold musk, creamy sandalwood, and bourbon vanilla. And there's a lot of arguing about whether this is the same scent as the old Heavenly. I feel like they are slightly different. They do have, some similarities in them, some of the same notes and some of the same feeling, but to me, they're not the exact same scent. And then here is the older version of Heavenly, and this was around 2014, I believe. And this one has notes of white musk, sandalwood, vanilla, and white peony. And they also released a flanker of Heavenly called Heavenly Summer, and this has notes of green bergamot and orris water, and it's a really kind of powdery citrus scent, and I like how they changed the bottle up for this edition. It has a nice frosted packaging. And then I just have a couple scents from the pink side of VS, and the first one is Jasmine Woods, and this has notes of Jasmine Woods and whipped vanilla. And the other scent I have is Pink Gold, and I actually can't find it right now, so I'll just put a picture in. And this one has notes of amber crystals and vanilla, and as you would expect from Pink, these are sweeter scents, and these come in just 1 ounce bottles. I believe that was the only size that was available. And then I have a couple scents from the Very Sexy line, and this was back when they had different packaging than the kind of rounder bottles they have now. And this one is Very Sexy Now, the 2017 version, and this had notes of tropical guava, Soroa coconut, and mariposa flower. And this one is also Very Sexy Now, but this is the previous year's version, 2016, and this one has notes of coconut nectar, pink lotus, and vanilla. And this next one is Forbidden, which has very similar packaging to the Very Sexy line, but it's not actually part of that collection. And this one has notes of exotic pear, jasmine, amber wood, and juicy blackberry. And I'm not a big fan of this shape bottle or the design of this one, but I do like the scent. And then I have Love Me, and this one has notes of neroli, French narcissus, and amber. And this was actually re-released recently at a semi-annual sale, and VS has started doing these really plain bottles. They're kind of sort of shaped like the Bombshell bottle, but not really. But they aren't releasing the original packaging that some of the fragrances had, and I really wish that they would go back and just, give us the more elaborate, pretty packaging. But I did still want to pick it up because I like the scent. And another one in that packaging is Scandalous, which is one of their more popular fragrances. And this one has notes of raspberry liqueur, black peony, and sweet praline. And I am glad that they changed the bottle for this one because the original one, while very beautiful, had one of those old style perfume atomizers, which I find really hard to spray. So I am glad that they put it in a regular spray bottle, but I wish they, would have still given it a little bit better appearance. And next up is Just a Kiss, and this one I believe is currently available in the sale section on the VS website. And this one has notes of peony petals, ashoka flower, and pink peppercorn. And this is almost an exact dupe for Crush, which I showed earlier. They both have a very, like lipsticky makeup smell with some sweetness and a little bit of floral. And next up is Intense, and this has notes of plum noir, forbidden apple, and coconut praline. And this is a really pretty deep, sexy, gourmand scent. That really nice praline along with the plum note makes it really nice for evening. And then I have Incredible, and this has notes of magnolia, sparkling pear, and sultry sandalwood. And again, this has very different packaging than most of my other VS fragrances. And then I have some scents that I consider my more kind of special edition fragrances that I keep in the original packaging. And the first one is Winter Bombshell. And this has notes of sparkling starfruit, frosted camellia, and cold jasmine. And I really love the bottle for this one. It looks kind of like a snow globe, and it's, just really cute. And I really enjoy this overall presentation. I actually don't use this scent really. I think it's very similar actually to the original Bombshell, just, slightly different fruity notes. So I like to just keep it in the packaging more for collection purposes and displaying. And then the next one is Bombshell Holiday, and this one has notes of iced pomegranate, winter jasmine, and birch wood, and it's more of a woody, floral, kind of almost fresh scent. And this bottle is different also. It has nice like glitter sparkles on the bottom, kind of metallic packaging, and a ribbon. So I also like keeping this one in the box just for presentation and collection purposes. And next up is Victoria's Secret Paris. And when it first came out, it was just called Paris, but now they seem to be calling it Bombshell Paris. And they recently released this in the more plain packaging for semi-annual sale, so it might still be available. And this one has notes of French cypress, night blooming jasmine, and white cedar wood. And it's a very, kind of woody green scent. And I really like the packaging. It has more like a crystal type bottle. And the juice has actually gotten a lot darker. It used to be clear, but now, it's definitely darkening with age, and it has a pretty red bow, and I do keep this one on display in its packaging as well. And finally, we have last year's holiday scent, which was Bombshell Celebration, and this has notes of rosé champagne, pink peony, and winter woods, which are also noted as blue spruce and sandalwood. And this is a really pretty, effervescent, woody scent, and the packaging is also really beautiful. It comes in a nice kind of crystal-looking bottle, has a nice little gold charm on it with a pretty ribbon. So I really thought that this edition was really nice and wanted to keep it on display as well. So that's it for my 2022 Victoria's Secret perfume collection. I am a VS collector. I do really enjoy their perfumes. I think that they have some really beautiful scents and they're very affordable, especially if you buy them during semi-annual sale. Let me know which of these are your favorites. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you'll subscribe, and I will see you all in my next video.